Hello everyone! Blue Star Saber here once again to do another One Piece chapter review, chapter 1148, Ronja. This chapter basically follows up on the last One Piece chapter in which the Straw Hats have been captured after their fight against Gunko. Brock is offered to be her slave, but he refuses, gets beaten up as a result. Let's see, Somers gives an ultimatum to the Giants. Let's see, destroy their culture or lose their kids, if you will. And we end up learning the names of like all the hostage kids, I believe. Let's see, we learn that the giant pirates are basically scared of their wives just as much as their kids are scared of their moms, if you will. And what else? Oh, yeah, and let's see, Nico, Robin, and Scopogaban about to go into action. Robin to protect, let's see, Urahara's legacy, and Scopogaban to protect his kid. How will this play out? Well, we're probably going to find out in this chapter here. But before we got that, we've got, of course, as you can see here, the Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Circuit Pilgrimage, Volume 33. Onwards to Hakamiya to deliver an Megashi hat from Otama to Kawata, to Kawatematsu. As we see Yamato going on the journey, and this time along with Page 1 and Uti, who is now bowing and all that stuff, so who's bowing towards them. As you see Tama, Speed, let's see, Katamatsu, or I mean the dog, Betsy, and of course Rise of Betsy waving, saying goodbye as Yamato's Betsy waving his hat, saying goodbye to like let's see the group, as it seems like Tama's no longer going to be on the journey, but Yamato's got on like two new companions with like let's see the Topiropo siblings, if you will. Let's see, would there be any more members of the party? Oh, we're close to the end of this 1-0 this 1-0 cover story. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, now that that's over and done with, let's see, on to the actual chapter, in which we start here with let's see, with one of the kids called Ronja, who's been forced to move off the let's see. Anyway, what was I? Sorry, I just got a bit distracted from a notification. Silly me. Anyway, what was I? Oh yes. We've got like Ronja being forced to a walk off. Let's see, an hour plank, if you will. The kids notice. Cheese being all positive, saying that she'll be fine. It'll be no big deal. But you can see from the distance that she is basically going to fall off a giant tree skyscraper, if you will, and plummet to her death. In which the kids try to plead to come back, but with Gonko telling Summers that they've got like the first kid ready to do that to the underworld if need be. And you start to see that, let's see, Fear and Ronja, with Summers then saying that you've got to the Giants, that you've got like, well, particularly Joel, that you've got like 30 seconds before you get to when the kid's pushed off, and that let's see, you need to give the orders to school teacher to burn the school and the library on fire. With let's see, some of the giant citizens. Hold on, let me just see if I can find it. Here we go. We got some of the giant citizens. Let's see, arguing, debating whether or not to burn the school down. Let's see, some pointing out 1,000 years of history, but others point out the children's lives come first. Some refusing to bend the knee, if you will, but the others saying, like, don't Pritzy have our children burned just to prove a point. And wondering, like, is there anyone here to stop this game? As you've got Nico, Robin telling Chopper to stay with Soul, saying that let's see, with Chopper a bit concerned that not to fight without knowing her powers, but Robin can no longer hold her emotions back. As we now cut to like the hold on, let me just see it. Oh yeah, the captured Straw Hats, where Nanami is protesting how you're going to kill children. Are you like insane or something? Saying that not even the most evil criminals would do this, though. I have to, which I will admit, this is probably the most controversial, critical part of the chapter from what I've seen, because many people are like, Nami, you've seen literally, villains throughout One Piece doing this exact thing. Heck, the second arc of the time skip, Bunkhouse literally had a man. Literally, the antagonist literally had an operation of drugging and kidnapping children for his science experiments. I mean, I think they're like, this is nothing new. I'm not sure she's trying to trick Gunko here, trying to affect her morality, but she does not really take effect about that. She does not pay heed to this and just calls them like opinions of an insect, much of an annoyance. You got Frankie and you've got Ripley telling Frankie that she's going to go help while Frankie is, I believe, dealing with a situation with her up there. Meanwhile, you've got the wrong tab. Oops, damn it. Always the wrong one. You've got Doggy and Broggy and the Giant Warriors pirates saying now they're going to split into two groups of two, one to fight the monsters, the other to go save the children. As you see giants across Elbaf taking up arms, and Gero and Chips try head to branch 8, if you will, as that gets chatted quite a bit, as someone's continued to say, also, if you do choose to burn Skull Library, he tells them that they're forbidden from removing any of the single books from them, and saying that we want to see them all burn, as he talks about how he wants both the culture and the history of Elbaf to be burned. And this is where Nico Robin comes in with arguably iconic, with her first hand attack with the Caraspadea, knocking Somers from the chin and all that stuff as he's sent flying a bit. The Straw Hats realize that it's Robin and then start celebrating with Jimbo wanting her not to underestimate unless they still don't know what makes him tick. And then Robin, aware of that, starts calling a new move called Quanto Mano, but Somers recognizes Robin, and before you could finish that sentence, you get the iconic Robin attack of Clutch, as you see Somers' back is snapped, with the Straw Hats cheering that this is happening, if you will. And as this is happening, so they're happy about that. But Robin remembers that from Soul's words that they're mortal and you can't beat them. As we start to see Somers snapping himself back to Garrett, saying, but you've got 20 seconds left before the kids falls. Usopp going on about, no, he's a zombie too, as Robin then seemingly attempts to grab him, Saint Somers, but he's going like, wait, what's going on? Are you loving me or something? But confuses Robin, if you will. And, hold on, let me just get the right image, as Robin declares that, what, you jumped off? Wondering if he's got like a death wish, but I'm down for love, but not lover's leap, if you will. With Usopp going like, what's Robin you doing? And Jinbei saying she's going down with her. With Robin then saying, I'm very immortal and have thorns-based powers. So as long as I remove those invisible thorns, we can save the children. With someone's going like, okay, he's impressed that she's managed to do so, that knocking her down, and he put the kids outside the range of his powers. Calling her a clever woman, does his own thorns to spike her, but to reveal that, as you can see from the image from here for a while, that it's actually one of Robin's clones. As he curses her for being a conniving vixen, if you will. Robin attempts to unstrap the Straw Hats, if you will, with Nami praising Robin. So with her going like, talking about how a knife can't seem to cut through this. So so Jinbei is saying that they must, take out the woman in order to deactivate his powers. You also see a Brock bandaged up and all that stuff, seen from the beating he got from Gunko the last chapter. Anyway, it's revealed that Somers is still, alive, using the thorns to grab onto a tree branch, telling them it's like, You got 10 seconds left, and then let's see. And to put more pressure, tells Gunko to put the kid's voice on. As you get this little girl called Rono, I believe it is. Then it's based off the name of. Let me just check. It's I've got the name correct. Yeah, Ronja, who is the kid that's being held as the hostage. Let's see. With Gunko telling her to say something. Saying that. Let's see. All she wants to say is that she loves the school where all her friends are. As you see. As you see, Jal, let's see, listening in here, as one of the giants comments at his daughter speaking, as she goes about loving the library and all the books about how the books tell about places around the world, and the teachers taught her how that you must not cause for trouble with others, and you must do things you mustn't do things to make them upset, if you will. Thinking that if we lose the school and the library, which you see Ange listening in, she's all teary-eyed from what Ronja is saying, if you will. Saying, if you will, and saying that if we lose the school and library, in order to stop me from falling from the branch, saying that it would make everyone sad and upset. So she says, just let me fall, choose that instead, and don't worry, she'll be all right. As you see a bunch of the Colin and let's see Giles let's see descendant granddaughter, if you will, crying. And this is where we get Ronja let's see crying, saying, I'm a lucky gal, I'll bet everything will turn out fine. As you get to the 2-1, as you got some of the citizens crying, but Joel finally tells Angie to set the school on fire and to burn down the library. She starts crying. Sol, you see, seems to be crying well from this. And you also see Robin crying. And this is where you get Robin getting captured by St. Somers with the thorns, going like saying he likes the look on Robin, about to whack her. The other saying, don't you dare run, and telling Robin to run away. But then this is where let's see, Copacabana arrives, cuts off St. Somers' hand. He feels the pain and thinking, surprised it's not coming back, with Copacabana saying it's been a while there. As St. Somers goes like, Copacabana, in a shock expression, as Gaban strikes him with an axe with a serious, angry look, sort of ending the chapter here. So, yeah. Anyway, now that summary is done, now for my overall thoughts, if you will. Let's see. First of all, where was I? Let's see. I do kind of like how the guards knights are sort of doing the basically ready to do their threats of like, okay, if you don't comply to our goals, we're gonna kill off the kids one by one. So you got that. But I do kind of like how, in an ironic twist of sense, you've got like a sort of walk the plank situation, granted with a giant, tree for giants, and let's see falling down to the pits of the underworld, but still, it's kind of like a walk the plank situation. But yeah, I'll admit, let's see, we're not really, most of these kids, I would say, people weren't really necessarily invested in at first because, well, the only one that we really got to know is Colin and maybe to an extent Giles' granddaughter, but I will admit, I do like how we got like, let's see, Ronja as like the sort of cheery, happy girl and tries to find the best situation, even when she's about to fall to her death and all that stuff, so yeah. And I do like I won't admit it's pretty I do like how the fact that the guards knights are basically going like you've got 30 seconds to make up your mind if you don't want this kid to die. Though granted, given the fact this is anime manga logic, that's going to last an entire episode, especially with One Piece. Let's see, may or may not happen when the anime finally catches up to Elbaf. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to handle like Egghead first and all that. So yeah, let's see. But I do like how basically the God's Knights are being like telling us, let's see, you're gonna like it's your culture or your children's future. Putting that depression. I do like how you've got like let's see, you got like the giants arguing, debating about, let's see, save the kids, no, keep our culture kind of thing, as you kind of see how some, let's see, would value like what, let's see, values each of the giants has, if you will, which arguably you should always probably try and, let's see, try and save lives first before anything else, if you will. But I can see why there's also why you want to keep some of the knowledge alive as much as possible, as knowledge is also part of our, let's see, any culture's future, to be fair. But yeah, arguably I would probably pick the kids first. Yeah, but either way is like either way it'll be a huge loss, one way or another. Particularly, let's see, but yeah. But I do like how Robin is just like just cannot contain her anger and just like telling Chopper just to stay behind as she goes and carries it. Arguably, the one criticism I will have of this chapter, if you will, is when Nami's words about like, okay, not even the absolute worst villains would kidnap children, which we do know that is not true. Let's see, I even said about the whole Caesar thing in podcasts ago, yeah. I don't know if Nami is just trying to try and persuade her, which might be how some of the translations imply not to do this, but I don't know. I think it's just Nami just having a moment or something and just kind of forgetting like that this is a very common thing, but just too disgusted with the God's Knights attempts to let's see, kidnap the children and use them for evil, if you will. So, yeah, I'd say that's probably more likely the case there. But yeah, either way, I do like how Ripley seems to be taking a move. I like how the Giants are starting to be a bit more organized and splitting into, let's see, groups, if you will. So, yeah, either going to rescue the kids or let's see, take down the monsters. I assume that Dougie and Broggy will probably lead a member of the group. Let's see, each group at some way. But yeah, either way, the Giants are starting to get a bit more organized, so there's that. But of course, there's still the hostages of the kids. Anyway, I love. Let's see, the highlight of this, of course, chapter for me is definitely Nico Robin. Basically fighting Saint Somers. I will admit, let's see, for a while back, I thought Somers would be more of a Sanji opponent, but as time goes on and I'm hearing more about how Thorns are sort of like the antithesis of like Nico Robin's Flower Fruit, it arguably actually does make more sense that she'd be the one to fight Saint Somers. And also like she's trying to protect culture, he's trying to destroy it. So yeah, I love the surprise attack that she gets on him. I like the fact that we got to see like you got the Straw Hats as the sort of cheering squad, if you will. Well, of course, Jimbo again trying to give her like a helpful advice. Robin using the iconic clutch move, which of course normally takes someone down, but of course we see Saint Somers is able to regenerate. He also seems to be able to regenerate, but granted, it's more like he's just twisting his body back to pieces, if you will. It's like you sometimes get those moves like crack, 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 with like the bones and bodies twisting a bit. So yeah, you've got that. So I do like that, and I do like how Robin is using one of her clones to try and let's see, get him to pummel to his death. But I like how Summers is just like, well, are you in, let's see, trying to do some love and all that stuff? But she's kind of confused. But I do like how he seems to at least, let's see, realizes what she's doing and call her crafty, even though he just cursed her at the end. But yeah. But it's interesting to learn that, but no, actually not surprisingly, that Gunko's abilities would not, let's see, disappear even after defeat when she got the Straw Hats captured and Robin is trying to do her best. But yeah, but I will admit, for a character that we didn't really get much to know about with let's see, Ranja, as she tries to tell Joel to like, no, I like how she's just like, let's see, you can just see like from all the experiences that she's gotten for school, the friends she's made, she doesn't want that to be destroyed because of her. She doesn't want her own culture to be destroyed, and is like willing to make the sort of sacrifice to, let's see, make sure that doesn't happen. It's a pretty brave thing for her, even though she's completely terrified of her mind, and I do like that. But yeah, but of course, let's see, I do like all the sort of things that she says that she learned from the school about, let's see, and the library too, and why she loves it. But of course, she's got all the other Straw Hats and Giants just crying in, if you will. To eventually, you got like let's see, Joel to finally make the decision, which, to be fair, I can't necessarily blame him. And I do like how he sort of got emotional. And honestly, it'd be pretty hard to imagine him as the traitor after this. Granted, we've also got like Angie here, who's been told to burn the school thing, burn the school and the library down, and all its culture value, if you will. Granted, I will admit, see, we haven't really seen much of her, Angie, but granted, many of us suspecting her to be the traitor. If she is the traitor, she's doing a pretty good acting performance, even if it's just the manga. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty let's see, touching. It's like seeing students, let's see, the teachers and the chieftains cry as the countdown gets done, and like Joel's like finally just relenting. And I do like how this seems to cause Robin to be distracted. That allows Somers to take over the fight, if you will, and let's see, trap Robin, thinking that let's see, as he's just mocking her for the look she's got. The other's telling her to run, but of course she can't do that. But I do like how basically in this chapter basically mirrors Rayleigh with Scopogaban, where they're able to hit an opponent that seems impossible to hit, given some of his own like let's see, powers and abilities. But yeah, I do like how you finally got like an actual wound that seems to be permanent on like the Guards Knights or the Celestial Dragons, one that isn't necessarily regenerating and all that. So which does lead me to believe that hold on. That believe that Mr. Morge's theory about permanent Haki being the last of the Haki, the last let's say known power up for like Haki, if you will, which leaves permanent markings, be it black blades, objects, or even like poneglyphs, which I had a feeling they'd be made of Joy Boy's Haki, but that's another topic for another day. But here we got like Scopogaban using his Haki. We don't know if he's got Conqueror's Haki. Some think it might be, but it could just be a new type of, let's see, use of Haki, of like making it more permanent, hence the sort of cut off arm and all that stuff. But yeah, but nevertheless, I do like how it seems like Somers and Scopogaban has a bit of history, which makes me assume that Somers was actually there at God Valley when the, let's see, Rocks Pirates attacked, followed by the Roger Pirates. And you've got like Garp coming in as well and all that stuff. So yeah, that grand battle royal. Let's see, had a rematch. Let's see, in 22 years or so. Or let's see, plus years, I think. Sorry, years or so with like the Guards Knights and all that. So since the Roger Pirates encountered the Guards Knights, let's see. So yeah, there's clearly some history there. Now, granted, is Scopogaban going to take out Saint Somers? Probably not, but I can see him wounding him enough that causes him to retreat, or maybe even let's see, wounds him a bit that it makes it much easier to take him down later down the line. I'm not sure. It depends. Granted, it's good, very low, like that Scopogaban, like kind of like Rayleigh, who showed off Haki for this, let's see, full extent of what Haki can do against an admiral. We've got Scopogaban here with the Guards Knights. Whether or not we're going to get some crossover between them remains to be seen, but nevertheless, it's nice to sort of think about, if you will. So yeah, overall, I'd probably have to give this chapter probably a 8.5 out of 10, if you will. It is really nice to see sort of like Nico Robin to finally get back into the action, using her devil fruit, using her attacks, having a fight against the opponent, because those who are aware, Nico Robin doesn't always get to see a fight in one piece, if you will. So, heck, let's see, she had a very long absence from like a solo fight for a very long, like a couple of hundred chapters, to say the least. Granted, not that she didn't end up being in a part of group fights and all that stuff, but it's nice to see a bit more of these one-on-ones and finally against an opponent that will, let's see, not only is the antithesis or a devil fruit, but also has regenerating abilities, making it much more difficult for her, and arguably probably we're convinced that she needs to train more and all that stuff. But yeah, I like how let's see the touching moment with the kid Ronja, with like the school and the library and the giants struggling to like protect their culture and the kids before ultimately choosing the kids, even though Ronja doesn't want to be a burden to anyone. So you do have that. The Guards Knights being completely cruel with their 30 seconds sort of thing. Only real criticism is, like, of course, Nami's comments about the whole children, well known as being evil for kidnapping kids, which is no surprise, to be honest, but yeah. And what else is there? Trying to recall back to the chapter now. Oh, it's getting a bit late, so I apologize, people. Let's see, and let's see, fight and Scopocaburn. Yeah, and also the Giants starting to take a bit of action. So yeah, arguably I'd say a sort of solid 8.5. A few flaws, but nevertheless decent chapter to step up Scopocaburn versus St. Somers, and to see what happens to the rest of the Straw Hats. So yeah. Anyway, for those who end up listening to what I had to say in this review, I hope you enjoyed what I say. I will admit it's much quicker than I normally are, but I guess this chapter is a bit more action orientated. So yeah, that's fine. So anyway, I think we got to see Robin having a fight, which didn't think would happen so soon after Black Maria. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope everyone that listens to this enjoys what I have to say. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber signing off. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.